been quite a long time. I'm basically here to tell you the story of how I threw away my dream at pretty much the age of 16 to be a YouTube content creator. There's no script to this video at all. I want this to be completely raw and real. I want you to feel the emotion that portrays from a little bit of what I went through. So, from a very young age, I knew full-heartedly that I wanted to be a YouTuber. I wanted to be a content creator of some type. I didn't have great ideas. I wasn't the funniest. I wasn't the most pro at games, or I wasn't doing IRL streams or prank videos or anything like that. But I knew that I liked what I was doing. I started at a very young age when YouTube first came around. I think it was early 2010, so I hopped on around early 20 or 2014. Sorry, again, there's no cuts in here. So I started out with just gameplay. I used my Xbox One and I used the auto recording system to chop together and post some gameplay videos. And it kind of took off. And this wasn't even my first channel that I made. I actually started doing YouTube back when I want to say about 10, 12 years old with a friend of mine when YouTube very first came out. Back when teleporting fat guy was a very mainstream thing from Smosh when Smosh was still a thing. That's how long ago this actually happened. That was the first channel that we ever made, and it was basically a storytelling channel where we had two friends that would talk to each other pretty much, basically like a podcast before podcasts were ever a thing. And it worked well for a little bit. We gained some followers, we gained some viewers, and then we had a fallout with the friendship. I haven't talked to him in, I think, 18 years now. So I hope he knows that I hope he's doing well out there. Eli, if you ever see this, I've always thought about you, man. Always wondered where you're at in life, what you're doing these days. One of my first friends, one of my longest friends. Even to this day, I don't know you. I'm getting off track, by the way. Shout out to Eli. But, anyways, so I started my own channel after the Fallout. I called it, I think it was Slashin' 10 or something like that. It was a play on my original gamer tag for Xbox. And what ended up happening was basically what happened to every other kid at that time period, where the parents didn't agree with the fact that YouTube could possibly become a career. Me and my mom had a fallout. Mama, I will always love you, but I gotta tell the story how it is. Please know there's no bad blood between us, and I don't blame you for anything. You did the best you could raising me as a young parent. But my mom didn't agree with the fact that I thought YouTube could be a career. And I had to basically go out there and I had to prove to her that it could be a extensive career if I just stuck to it and I gained the following and everything like that. I was really into making YouTube videos. I was monetized. I had AdSense back when Google AdSense was still first starting, and you didn't need 1,000 subscribers to get started. I think you only needed what 100 back then to get started, and the ad revenue was so much better back then. But I had that starting. I had that following, and I threw it all away. Going back to me and my mom having a fallout, we ended up. Oh, I'm not getting into competitive. Sorry, I'm gonna be playing some casual while I'm talking to you guys, just so I can keep the story going at the same time. You know what I mean? But what ended up happening was, again, the same thing that happened to every other kid at that time period. The parents didn't agree with the fact that YouTube could become a career. So me and my mom had a fallout. I ended up getting kicked out at the age of 16. When I got kicked out at the age of 16, mind you, I made the conscious decision to leave as well. I was not the best kid ever. I could have easily made the decision to stay, but I wasn't in the same mindset as I was now in a younger age. So it was one of those things that just didn't occur to me at the time, and I didn't realize how much of a mistake I was making. So I left and I ended up becoming homeless. I couch hopped, I house hopped, I slept in the street, I slept in hotels, I slept at a neighborhood pool one time. But
You'll need a top-notch
unfortunately, I
team
did
to
that
win
to
this
myself,
one.
but at the same time, I also lost the plot when I was out there on my own because I gained my
I'm
freedom
here
that
to
I
finish the fight
wanted
that my
to
father
do what I
began.
wanted to
I
do,
hope I make
but
it
I fell
far.
into the wrong crowd. I ended up partying, I ended up doing drugs and other things that I shouldn't have been getting into, you know what I mean? And it was one of those things where I just completely lost track of my dream and I let it fall and I let it falter. That's not to say I gave up entirely because I did the impossible. I went from homeless to a homeowner in a matter of 4 years. And don't get me wrong, I did not do this alone. I had a lot of help along the way, but it took a lot of hard work from me personally to get to that point.
30 seconds
And
before you
there
attack.
were so many times I was on the street where I was just like, man, I really don't want to do this anymore. I was having some very dark thoughts and I was in and out of jail. I was in survival mode. I'm just going to be honest. I was scaling from stores to try and eat. That's the type of position that I was in. But ended up getting out of it. I actually did try to start streaming again or start content creating again on YouTube when I was homeless. But again, I lost the plot. I tried doing IRL streams and one thing happened after another and it was just too much to handle. So I ended up letting go of the dream and to this day, I regret it. I absolutely regret it because I know for a fact if I would have stuck to my guns and I would have actually stayed consistent with my dream, it might have actually gone and taken off somewhere. So the whole point of me making this video is to basically tell you my comeback story. This is my first video coming back. This is me dedicating my life to a dream that I let die. And I'm here to tell you that if you let your dream die, it's not over. You have plenty of opportunities. You're probably still young. You got plenty of life left in you. And there's no reason why you can't restart that dream. And I've just recently realized that. I'm 26, by the way, closing on 27. I know, I'm old. You can see the hairline. This is stress, by the way. The elephant in the room addressed. So it's just, I'm not happy. Unfortunately, I'm not happy. And again, I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm not depressed. I do have my bouts of depression, and everybody does. It's just one of those things that we deal with in life. But it's one of those things that has been weighing on me for quite some time. And I'm just now getting to the point where I'm going to finally address it. I'm going to start making content. I'm going to start live streaming. I'm gonna start learning how to edit my videos. I'm gonna start learning how to engage in my audience more. I want to be that content creator that I always knew I could be. I've got plenty of skills. I've got marketing, I've got sales, I can talk to people, plenty of people skills and customer service, mind you. And none of them bring me happiness. I can code, I can program, I can edit, I can film, I can shoot video. None of them bring me happiness. Not the way that this YouTube career or possible career would bring me in my lifetime. Rambling at this point, but I'm extremely passionate about it. And I want you to know that if you're passionate about something, that you can still go out there and get it. This is me going out there and getting it. This is my first video. I hope you'll follow me along on my journey because it's not just about restarting my YouTube career. It's about improving my life altogether. I want to be a content creator. I want to stop vaping. I'm a vapor. I have no shame in that. I had a lot of stress growing up because I put myself in that position. And unfortunately, I got hooked and addicted to things that I really shouldn't have. And I want to stop those things. I want to get more physically fit. I was really into calisthenics for a time period. And the weight of everything just brought me down entirely. So there's so many goals and so much potential and so much opportunity that I have. But unfortunately, to this day, I still don't know where to start. This is me trying to start again, but I don't even know if this is a step in the right direction. But I know at the end of the day, if I just record the video, talk to my audience, act like a real person, eventually I'll gain my following. But in order to follow me, you have to know where I come from. Because I hold a lot of baggage, I hold a lot of experience. I carry myself in a very high manner because I've been through a lot. And I have a very mature demeanor for but I act like I'm 32. Again, I'm 26 with a house. Again, I didn't buy that on my own. I had a lot of help, but I did a lot of the hard, heavy lifting in order to get the house. So nobody can do it on their own. You have to be willing and able to ask for help and accept the help that has been given to you. And if you do get that help, you need to be able to stand on your own 2 feet and prove that you were deserving of that help. Everybody deserves help. Everybody needs help, and nobody can do it alone in this life. That's just what how life is. So I want to bring y'all along on my journey. Every single step of the way. From the bad videos to the good ones to the completely cringe ones. You're going to see it all. You're going to see my transformation of me getting physically fit. You're going to see me progress on getting rid of my bad habits. You're going to see me get healthier, hopefully more happier over the years as you know, the time goes by, but I've got to do something. I genuinely have to do something, and I think that something starts with today. So I'm not saying I'm going to be a famous content creator, but I'm saying I'm gonna at least try, and I hope you'll come along with me on my journey. So subscribe to video. I will definitely be doing more content in the future. I'm gonna be doing gameplay videos. I will be trying to do some IRL streams, some IRL videos. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing just yet. I do have a couple of ideas in mind that I know other people haven't done just yet. I just don't have the production value. I don't have the financials to get it done at this moment in time. So it's going to be a slow burn. It's going to start and go steadily from there. But I'm excited and I'm grateful if you join me on this journey. I would really appreciate it. I know a lot of you out there may feel the same way, may have lost your dream. Don't give up on it. Please don't give up on it. There's too much unhappiness in this world to not go out there and follow your dreams. There is too much bad in this world to not be happy in your own life, in this day-to-day life. And it's just, I'm rambling. I'm just rambling at this point. We got an easy dub on Quick Play. It was Quick Play, but I appreciate you guys sticking around for the video. Let me see. I'm gonna edit out this last part, but here. I wanted to address a couple things because I mentioned that there wasn't going to be any cuts in the video. The only cuts that are in the video are filler words and long pauses that I decided to pull out of the video. It only shaves off about a good 3 minutes of the video. But a couple of other things that I forgot to mention, just because I'm here at the end of the video, future-wise, you know what I mean? So passion that I had, I started with a little camcorder Samsung phone. I think it was like one of the flip phone, keyboard phones, whatever you call it. And I propped it up against some stacked up books in the weirdest position possible so that I could start my magic videos. I was really into Chris Angel and magic tricks and everything like that back then. I sat my back up against a dresser, excuse me, I can't speak, a dresser, and had my phone next to me, propped up on the dresser, and I filmed my Bop It video in that angle. And everybody kept asking me, they were like, dude, how'd you get this angle? This is such a great angle. I didn't realize it at the time, but I was actually doing really well. I was doing toy review videos, and that gained traction because kids were watching me, because I was a kid at the time. Parents were watching me too. Or when I was recording on Xbox, I had a Kinect and I didn't have a mic at the time. So I was using a dresser as a TV stand back then. I was up to my dresser on the Kinect and I was doing my commentary over the gameplay as I was watching it happening on the TV that was above the Kinect. And it's just one of those things where I didn't get to fully tell you just how little I had when I first started. So you don't need a 1080p camera, Logitech camera, which is what I'm using right now. You don't need some Astro A50Xs. You don't need a 4K monitor. You don't need any of that. You just have to have the passion to start. And that's what this video is trying to address, is just go out there and start your passion and chase your dream.